Hello guys, in this video we will show you how to get rough geode in fish.
อ อ App, there's a section that shows me who you guys watch. This is the list. It goes Zach D Films, and then this guy, his story. But who is this guy? Brother, who this guy?
Brother, who this guy?
Today, we are gonna check out this individual's YouTube channel. See if they're really about the hype. So, let's begin. All right. So, we have Hussein videos to react to. Quick fun fact. I asked his story to send me some clips instead of my Instagram manager because I fired his ass. Just kidding. He's just seeing his family. I asked his story to send me some clips. So, the originator of the YouTube channel is responsible for the clips that we are going to be watching today. So, we are going to be extremely critical, of course. All right. So, this is the channel. They currently, by the time I'm recording this, have 3.2 million subscribers. Sorry, 32 subscribers. The first time I ever got a glimpse of the channel, they were at this video right here.
Holy!
They had 2.27 million 4 weeks ago. Holy, they've gained 1 million subscribers this month. Yo, it's like investing in Bitcoin early. What can I say? I've invested in Bitcoin early. All right, I'm gonna try not to be biased at all. I'm gonna try to be as critical and as analytical as can be. So let's start with the first video. You can choose however many you like. There's a lot of bangers in this list. I am excited. Let's see. Chester ran that school. Chester. Oh, Chester, what have you been up to?
I knocked out the smallest, weakest kid in school. While I was bench pressing, he cracked my ribs with a 5-pound dumbbell and smiled. That was Chester. He was...
Okay, hold up. We're off to a strong start, aren't we? Chester, what the hell was that for?
That was Chester. He was 4'11", 85 pounds, and was the worst bully I ever met. His two brothers were 6'6", 300 pounds of pure muscle. Nobody touched Chester because they were terrified of his big brothers. I told the teacher, but he never believed that Chester had the strength to actually hurt anyone. I walked around with 2 cracked ribs for 3 months and couldn't laugh without wincing. A week later, my history teacher
Don't you think you probably should have went to the hospital, maybe, first? Instead of coming back to school day after day, you know? Anyways.
Stepped out. Chester whispered into my ear, "Have you ever felt a tiger's claw?" Then he stabbed a pencil an inch deep into my back. I bled out onto the floor and everyone gasped. I needed 7 stitches. My teacher asked the class if anyone saw it. Every single student looked away. Chester smiled again. He was loving.
Yo, fuck this Chester guy.
Chester slammed a metal bat across.
What did I just... Hello? What did I just do? Okay, I got a little bit upset at Chester for a moment, but what the... Yo, screw this Chester kid. He needs to get his ass whooped.
My knee. I limped for a month. I still feel it when it rains. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell anyone. I knew I had to handle this myself. So I started kickboxing. 5 days a week for 6
Nice
months
swing
straight.
kick.
I sparred
Nice
with semi-pros.
cross.
Got beaten up badly at first. Then
Nice.
slowly started landing shots and earned their respect. I stored
Ooh.
every one of Chester's hits in the back of my mind. I had a college scholarship.
10 out of 10 experience would recommend. Go to a Muay Thai / kickboxing gym, commit to it for a couple months. Thank me later. Honestly, 10 out of 10 would recommend. You should do it. I would if I could, but I f***ed up my shoulder last year. I recommend it more than anything. Go check out your local Muay Thai or kickboxing gym. Anyways, sorry.
Risk losing it. So I waited for the last day of school. I walked up to him and said, "Hey Chester, have you ever felt a tiger's claw?" He looked confused. Before he could say a word, I threw everything. Punches, kicks, elbows, and laid him out on the concrete. Unconscious, bleeding out of his smug face. A crowd gathered and went completely silent. Then his two brothers pushed through the crowd and got in my face. "Try that shit on us. Go ahead, try it." I looked up at both of them and said, "You might kill me, but I'll take one of you with me to the grave. I swear it. They went quiet, glanced at each other, then walked away. For as big as they were, they had never actually been tested. Chester had 17 broken bones and ate through a straw for 4 months.
They just left him on the ground. He left their younger brother on the ground looking like this.
No charges were pressed because even his own parents knew he had it coming. When I think about that day, I still get the warm and fuzzies.
Well, we're off to a strong start. That was a story and a half. Yo, that was 1 minute and 49 seconds. That was a 1 minute and 49 seconds short, and I sat there for the entire thing. We are off to a fantastic start. All right, that was something. Classic bullying story. I don't know about that one. It's not every single day you get stabbed with a pencil and a dumbbell smashed on your ribs. Bro broke his ribs and literally almost murdered him, and he only got a few broken bones. Well, that was a fantastic start. Okay. All right, let's see another one. One pheasant equals $8 million.
My grandfather hunted every weekend for 40 years and never came home with a single bird. The night after his funeral, the lawyer read out his will at the lodge while we passed plates of stew around the table. Whoever bagged a pheasant on Grandpa's...
I'm curious about something. I know that this is not AI because it's too complex for it to be something that an AI prompt can create. Like, I know AI has gotten very advanced and it probably will get to a point eventually where it's going to be capable of doing this, but this is not AI. One thing that I'm curious about is how long does it take to create a single video? Because, bro, just within the last couple seconds, this little motion real quick, let me show you.
The night after his funeral,
like, there's details I want to point out. First, you got the background, you got the trees in the background, the leaves on the trees, the bark on the trees, the floor tiles, the wall tiles. You have so much specific detail within just 4 seconds of the video. And that's not easy to create. Like, even, bro, just look at the details on the tombstone.
The lawyer read out his will at the lodge while
What made me even start talking about this is this little motion of the camera going here and then moving back over the people eating the dinner. Look at
passed
this.
Plates of stew around the table. Whoever bagged a pheasant on Grandpa's...
That's crazy. That's like intense, but let's check it out.
$1 million. 6 of my siblings stopped chewing. My eldest brother looked across the table at me and laughed. You can sit this one out, sniper boy. Save the army stuff for somebody else's 8 million. I clicked the bolt back into my rifle without looking up. Dawn. The 8 of us...
He's about to go for a no-scope.
Woods. I had a clean line on a pheasant within 10 minutes. I let it walk. My eldest brother fired 3 rounds at what he was sure was a duck and turned out to be a low branch. He spent the next 20...
What did I just do? What did I just do? What's going on? What the hell's a pheasant? What is this word? I've never heard of this word in my life. Pheasant. It sounds like peasant. Ah, it's a dog. Okay, interesting. I've never seen this bird in my life. What is this mythical ass creature? Like a rare Pokemon. Okay. Intéressant. All right, let's see.
20 minutes searching the brush for the body. My sister waded into a creek up to her hip and screamed about her boots. 2 of my brothers crossed paths in a clearing, and one of them dove behind a stump yelling, "Friendly, friendly," while the other tried to figure out if his safety was on. The TikTok one tried to film a slow-motion running shot, tripped over a root, and sent his shotgun 10 feet into a bush. I kept walking. I wasn't tracking pheasants. I was looking for something else. 3 hours in, I found it. Grandpa's old hunting hideout, still standing in the trees right where we left it. He'd built it the year I turned 10, and we'd sat in it together every November after that. The warped board he'd carved my initials into was still there. Tucked into the brush behind it was a pheasant nest with 3 eggs. Same one as when I was a kid. I sat down on the bench and waited. The mother pheasant came back within 20 minutes and walked right past my boot. I didn't raise the rifle. I picked something up off the floor and put it in my pocket. By 4, the others were back at the lodge with empty bags. I walked up last. The lawyer asked if anyone had bagged a pheasant. Nobody answered. I opened my hand. 1 feather. Grandpa's blind. The pheasant behind it has been nesting there since I was 8. He never shot it. 40 years, he never shot anything. The lawyer reached into his coat and pulled out a second envelope. Your grandfather wasn't testing for the best shot. He was testing for the one of you who'd remember he was never a hunter.
Well, that was quite the turn of events. Yo, you know the moral of the story of that one? Money is the root of all evil. You had a whole family eating dinner together, enjoying their time together. And then someone comes in talking about, oh, $8 million, da-da-da-da-da. And then siblings went like, you're my enemy. You're my enemy. I'm going to let you fall over and trip over and, fall into a bush. I'm going to take an AK-47 and throw it into a bush. Enemies spawned out of nowhere when money became something. Money is the root of all evil. What a fascination. What a concept. What a mind-bogglingly absurd experience. Real quick, guys, one thing that his story requested of me was to give a shout out to his Discord. So I'm going to leave it in the pinned comment. Everyone go join his Discord, okay? If you have Discord on your phone, go join his Discord. Only if you want to, of course, but I'm sure he would very much appreciate it if you did join his Discord. So anyways, yeah, just gotta put that out there. Let's keep it going. Console wars.
A controller smacked the back of my head, and I turned around to find my brother holding a Nerf gun. I'd been mid-match in Fortnite. By the time I turned back,
All right, hold on. Let's check that out. Let's see his loot real quick.
been mid-match in Fortnite.
He has a SMG. He has a jetpack. Yo, his layout is absolutely terrible. He is going to get cooked. He's going to get wiped. Peterbot's going to spawn out of nowhere and just lay the floor out with him. Matter of fact, I'm going to come out of nowhere and lay the floor with this individual. What is this layout? It goes AR, pump, SMG, movement, health. What is this?
Fortnite.
Anyways, don't piss me off.
My character was already on the ground. I spun back around.
Good.
What is your problem? Mom said there's only money for one console. He waved the gun in my face. I want an Xbox, and I'm not letting you ruin it with a PlayStation. He dropped a dart into one chamber, spun the cylinder, and set the gun on my bed. Loser shuts up forever. He went first, pressed it to his temple, said Xbox for life, and pulled. Click.
Ooh.
He grinned at me like he'd already won. I picked it up, didn't say a word, and pulled. Click. I set it down without changing my face.
See, look, here's the mistake here. By you picking up the gun and indulging in this little game of your brother's, you are basically saying, okay, I'm down, when you could have just been like, go, get the hell out of my room. What are you talking about? Go buy your own console. Go get a job or something. But the moment that you picked up the gun and went like this to yourself, you confided. You were like, yeah, I'm in. And now you're gonna risk losing it. For what? Get a job. Go touch some grass. Maybe that's the mother's excuse. Maybe that's just the mother's excuse. Maybe she does have the money. However, she just wants you to go outside and touch grass. That's why she said no Xbox. Anyways, don't piss me off.
And his grin twitched. He picked it up slower. His hand shook so hard the cylinder rattled when he pulled. Click. He exhaled like he'd been holding his breath. I picked it up before he'd put his hand down and pulled. Click. He flinched at
Okay, there's 2 more bullets.
for a full minute. Maybe we should just...
One of you are gonna get cooked.
I didn't move. He reached for the gun, and his hand stopped halfway. I picked it up, pressed it to my own temple, and pulled. Click. I turned the gun on him and held it there long enough for him to do the math. 1 chamber left, 1 dart. I expect that PS5 under the tree by Christmas. I dropped the gun, grabbed the controller,
Oh,
and
that
tossed
was
it into his
cold.
lap on my way out.
Oh,
He
that
told
was
Mom he
cold.
changed his mind that night. The PS5 was under the tree.
Well, that is what you call risking your aura for the biscuit. Maybe that's why he picked up the gun. Maybe because he knew. He had future observations hockey. He knew what the outcome would be. Excuse me, but furthermore, Xbox is just shit. Why would you ever want an Xbox? Xbox peaked when the Xbox 360 was a thing and you had that game chat ability where you could talk to other people when everyone's playing different games. That's when Xbox peaked. Ever since then, it's been shite. If you're gonna get a console, get the PS5. I don't have a PS5, but I'm probably gonna get one. You know what? His story, I'm gonna get a PS5 just because he made that video. He hurt my dog. All right, let's see what he did to you. Meow meow.
A teenager tortured my dog for fun, then threatened to do it again. My dog had gone missing for a few hours, and when I finally found him, he was standing outside another house in my neighborhood. He was covered in bruises, his eye was swollen shut, and blood was still dripping down his side. The teenager walked out and didn't apologize. He just told me to...
If anyone ever does this to my Ash, I'm hitting myself a domain expansion. It's over. Like, you're gonna be permanently at 1 HP for the rest of your human existence. You're not gonna be 0 HP. You're gonna be 1 HP for the rest of your life on this planet. If anyone ever did this to Ash, I'm pissed. Why is he so murked? Someone please slap him. I'm hoping to God that in this video, he gets blasted.
was still dripping down his side. The teenager walked out and didn't apologize. He just told me to keep my dog on a leash or he'd do it again. I rushed him to the vet, but he was too far gone. I had to put him down just to spare him the suffering. That dog
It's just a video. It's just a video. Somebody slap him, but it's not gonna be me.
was the only memory I had left of my late wife, Helen. So I called in a few favors and found out everything about this kid. His school, his job, his girlfriend. He was enrolled at a Catholic private school, and when I told them,
That's a twist of events.
expelled him within the week. His
Good. Get him out of here.
and an animal lover, so convincing her to break up with him was easy. I sprinkled in a few lies, and she destroyed his car for revenge. Then my friends and I posed as customers at his job and filed complaints until his manager fired him on the spot. His life was gone within days, and as he was walking home after getting fired, I ran him over with my truck.
Do it again. Hit a reverse. Wow, he does a good job of invoking emotion, clearly. Like, I'm obviously kind of doing it for the content, but like, imagine like an average viewer who accidentally came across one of his videos. Like, I imagine it would be quite the emotion that gets produced as a result of this.
I was walking back to my desk when I felt the crunch under my shoe. I lifted my foot, and a cockroach was smeared into the carpet. My co-worker came around the corner with his coffee, dropped the cup, and was on his knees in the smear screaming, "Larry! That's Larry!" I put my hands up. "Calm down, man. It's just a cockroach." His head whipped up
I
at
want to
me.
point something out. The thing about, I'm to address the elephant in the room, okay? Zach D Films and his story are one-to-one competing with each other. Zach D Films and him pretty much get the same amount of views on YouTube at least per month. The thing about Zach's videos is that Zach's videos are educational, but also spoken from like the narrator perspective, right? Zach D Films, narrator perspective. He did this. He went down the street and then he found this. She went in, like, he's talking from the narrative perspective. The difference and the unique part that I like and that I'm enjoying as a result of his stories videos is it's spoken from first person perspective. My dog, my grandfather, he dropped the dumbbell on my ribs. It's like spoken from the perspective of the individual. And from a storytelling perspective, I find that to be very fascinating. I think that's very entertaining. Zach D Films is one of my favorite creators, but there's a chance that, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a chance that this channel might just surpass Zach D Films in my brain in terms of enjoyment. I'm enjoying this a lot. It's very